Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered. After what I would call a pretty chaotic morning, we're finally back at school. It feels like it's been forever since we've just had a normal day at school. Who knows if this really will be a normal day at school, but it's been a while, or at least it's really felt like it. So, I will gladly welcome just a normal day at school. Whether we get that or not, I don't know, but Sakura heads to the first year floor. Tosuka and I climb the stairs to the second year floor. Uh-huh. Oh hey. And run right into the student council president.
なぜに遠坂と一緒にいるのか、エミヤシロ。
あら、おはよう龍道くん。朝からハウアとはご挨拶ね。
Well, a pretty interesting one nonetheless. A very unique one, if you will.
ねえ、いいからこっちに来い、エミヤ。遠坂の近くにいたら毒が移る、毒が。
Issei tugs on my arm, hard. Tosuka looks at Issei and me without a word and then walks toward Class 2A as if nothing happened.
行くがいい。誰も止めはしないからな。
Tosuka silently passes by, but then...
シロ、昼休みに屋上。
She whispers that to me so that Issei won't hear. I kind of forgot that Issei and Shirou are in the same class, and I think Shinji's in this class too. It's lunchtime. After seeing Tosuka and me in the morning, Issei hasn't been speaking to me. He's been treating me like a traitor. Nah, you're fine, bro. I feel just a bit of regret. Issei interrogated me about why I was with Tosuka this morning, and my response was... Oh, god damn it. That was not a great idea. I expected Issei's next set of questions to be about how and why we got close, but before I could explain further, Issei staggered away. Having fewer people involved will make things easier. Anyway, the first thing I need to do is... Oh, god damn it. Wait, is it lunchtime? Yeah, then we need to go see Tosuka. There's nothing else to explain to Sakura. She heard everything that needed to be heard in the morning whenever the instructor came. God damn it, I keep forgetting her name. I was blanking on it in the last episode too. I'll get it down. I will. But no, we're gonna go meet Tosuka. I promised to meet Tosuka. It may have been her dictating to me, but she probably has something to talk about. It's the way to go about it, honestly. I buy lunch and head to the rooftop. The rooftop is typically packed with other students when it's warmer, but it's deserted in the winter chill. Although winter in Fuyuki is comparatively warmer, the rooftop gets unbearably cold. So the only people exposed to the cold wind are myself and... It's lunchtime, we're getting lunch. Tosuka, shivering in the shadows. I show her the warm canned coffee I bought, but I put it back in my pocket. He's a nice guy. Sure, he's, a little... I don't know, a little too nice that... he's too nice for his own good. And it almost got him killed. And he's also got some really crappy opinions. I hand her the canned coffee as I head towards the back where I won't be seen. We won't be as conspicuous here, and there's no way anyone from the fourth floor would see us.
ありがとう。次は紅茶にしてね。私、インスタントならミルクティーだから。それ以外はありがたみがランクダウンするから注意するべし。
Alright, noted.
はいよ。次まで覚えていたらな。それよりなんだよ。こんなところに呼び出して。 人気がない場所を選ぶあたり、そっちの話だと思うけど。
当然でしょ。私とシロの間で他にどっちの話があるっていうのよ。
Why are you so flustered about it? He was just asking a question.
で、どんな話なんだ？
You know, clarity and all that.
何よ、ずいぶんクールじゃないあなた。
まあ寒いからな。できるだけ手短に済ませたい。遠坂はそうでもないのか？
そんなわけないでしょ。私だってさっさと要件だけ済ませるつもりに決まってるじゃない。
Well, the more you argue, you know, the longer this is gonna take. I figured. I was just stating the obvious, so she really doesn't need to yell at me like that.
まあいいわ。
No,
そ
no.
れじゃあ、
Oh, nope, she's still
単
talking.
刀直入に
Whoopsies.
聞くけどシロ、
When will I
あ
learn?
なた放課後はどうするつもり？
放課後？あ、いや、別にこれといって予定はないよ。生徒会の手伝い事があったら手伝うし、なかったらバイトに出るし。
Yeah, I don't think you should do that personally.
なんだよ、その露骨に呆れた顔は。
まったく、あなたがどうなろうと私は構わないんだけど、まあ一つだけ忠告してあげるか。今は協力関係なんだし、シロは魔術師として未熟すぎるから。
またそれか。魔術師として未熟だっていうのはもう耳にタコだ。気にしてるんだからあまりいじめないでくれ。
いじめてなんていないわよ。ただシロが学校の結界に気づいてないようだから未熟だって言ってるの。
Oh yeah, we still have that whole situation going on here. What? A bounded field at the school?
待て、学校の結界ってそれはまさか。
まさかも何も他のマスターが張った結界だってば。かなり広範囲に仕組まれた結界でね。発動すれば学校の敷地をほぼ包み込む。種別は結界内にいる人間から血肉を奪うタイプ。まだ準備段階のようだけど、それでもみんなに元気がないって気づかなかった？
Now that she mentions it, I felt a little strange 2 days ago. 2 years ago, Jesus. 2 days ago, but was that why? But that means,
つまり学校にマスターがいる。
I mean, now that, like, come on, put 2 and 2 together. Now that he's actually gotten to this point, he's learned a little bit about what's happening. You know, wouldn't it be weird that there were 2 servants going at it on school grounds?
そう、確実に敵が潜んでいるってわけ。わかったエミヤくん。そのあたり覚悟しておかないと死ぬわよあなた。
And I fear that this is a situation where other masters will be able to tell that Shiro's also a master, but it's not vice versa. He will not be able to tell right off the bat that somebody else is a master. My relaxed demeanor fades and I tense up.
それで、そのマスターが誰かは分かっているのか、遠坂は。
いいえ、当たりはついてるけどまだ確証が取れてない。まあうちの学校にはもう一人魔術師がいるってことは知ってたけど、魔術師イコールマスターってわけじゃないから。あなたみたいな素人がマスターになる場合もあるんだし、断定はできないわ。
俺は素人じゃない。ちゃんとした魔術師だ。って待った遠坂、魔術師ならもう一人いるって、うちの学校にか。
I mean, I'm assuming so.
そうよ。けどそいつからマスターとしての気配は感じないのよね。真っ先に調べに行ったけど、令樹もなければサーバントの気配もなかった。
And yet there was a servant that showed up the other night.
よっぽどうまく気配を隠しているなら別だけど、まずそいつはマスターじゃないわ。だからこの学園に潜んでいるマスターはシロみたいに半端に魔術を知っている人間だと思う。ここのところさ、微量だけど私たち以外の魔力を後者に感じるのよ。それが敵マスターの気配ってわけなんだけど。
but it's not enough to track.
魔術師ではないマスターか。遠坂が断定するからには相当な確信があるんだろう。
Wait, is that actually the same type of situation with Shirou? How she was never able to really determine that he was also a mage?
それは信じるけど、
Or had any capabilities at all?
そんなに魔術師がいたのか。
そんなにって私とその子だけだって。魔術師ってのは家柄を大事にするでしょ。こんな狭い地域に2つの家系が根を張った場合、どうしても好意になるものなのよ。
そうなのか。けど俺は遠坂の家のことを知らなかったけどな。
エミヤくんちは特別。エミヤくんのお父さん、教会から離反した一匹狼だったんでしょうね。たまたまこの町が気に入って根を下ろしたんだろうけど、冬木の町はうちの管轄だからさ。私たちにバレたらもらうものもらうことになるし、それが嫌で隠れてたんじゃないかな。
なんだよ、そのもらうものもらうって不穏な発言は。
気になる？それは将来、
Oh,
シ
come
ロが
on.
一人前になったら取り立てに行くから期待してて。
まったく本当に猫かぶってやがったんだな。何が学校一の優等生だ、この詐欺師。
あら、いけない？外見を飾るのだって魔術師としての義務でしょ。ほら、私は遠坂家の跡取りだし、火の打ちどころのない優等生じゃないと天国の父さんに顔を合わせられないのよ。
父さんって遠坂？
ええ、私が子供の頃死んじゃった。ま、十分長生きしたから天寿は全うしたんだし、別に悲しんだりはしてないけど。
Yeah, I don't think you should also share how he died, because that's probably gonna push Shirou into some, you know, not so great directions in regards to the Holy Grail War. I mean, he's already in it to win it at this point, or at least it's, you know, to try and survive. But no, let's not include that fact. Tosaka smiles as if saying that's just how it goes when you have a mage for a father. But
それは嘘だ。人が死んだら悲しいだろ。それが肉親ならなおさらだ。魔術師だから仕方がないなんて言葉でごまかせるものじゃない。
まあ、そうね。
he's a pretty smart guy, isn't he? When he chooses to be, that is.
エミヤ君の意見は反論できないぐらい正しいわ。
As she says that, Tosaka opens up the canned coffee that she'd been using as a hand warmer until now. She drinks her coffee in small sips. I'd expected her to take a big gulp, honestly, but she's pretty feminine when it comes to things like this.
話を戻すけど、ともかく冬木の町に魔術師は2人しかいないの。他のマスターは外からやってきた連中か。魔術をかじった程度でマスターに選ばれたっていう変わり種でしょうね。
Is that so? So according to Tosaka, I'm quite the irregularity.
それは分かった。けどさ、半端に魔術をかじっただけのマスターならこんな結界は張れないんじゃないのか。
マスターが張ったんじゃなくてサーバントが張ったのかもね。サーバントは自分のマスターを選べないもの。シローみたいなマスターに当たってしまった場合、サーバント自身がいろいろ策を練るしか勝機はないでしょ。
だろうな。気に障るけど反論しようがないんでうなずいとくよ。
はい、素直で結構。で、結界の話に戻すけど、この結界はすごく高度よ。ほとんど魔法の領域だし、こんなの張れる魔術師だったらまず自分の魔力を隠しきれない。だから間違いなくこの結界はサーバントの仕業だと思う。
And that would probably explain why the servant was, you know, present and the master wasn't, maybe? I mean, not entirely would explain that, but I don't know. Lancer was there, he was ready to strike, and he knew what was going on, I'm pretty sure.
サーバントの仕業か。ならマスター自身はそう物騒なやつじゃないのかな。
まさか 魔術師にしろ一般人にしろ、そいつはルールが分かってないやつよ。マスターを見つければまずまっすぐに殺しに来るタイプの人間ね。
Shit, they probably don't even realize they're in a war.
ルールがわからないって聖杯戦争のルールをか？
違う、人間としてのルール。こんな結界を作らせる時点でそいつは自分ってものが分かってない。いい？シロ、この結界はね、発動したら最後結界内の人間を一人残らず溶解して吸収する代物よ。
And we did learn that killing people is another way to feed into your servant. So, or at least I'm pretty sure. So that's something to consider here.
私たちは生き物の胃の中にいるようなものなの。魔力で自分自身を守っている私たちには効果はないだろうけど、魔力を持たない人間ならわけもわからないうちに衰弱死しかねない。一般人を巻き込むどころの話じゃないわ。この結界が起動したら学校中の人間は皆殺しにされるのよ。わかる？こういうふざけた結界を準備させるやつがこの学校にいるマスターなの。
And I don't want to ask the question of who do we know that is pretty shitty, because we all know who I'm thinking of, but it could be somebody that we haven't met yet. I mean, this is a school. There's a whole lot of people here. My vision blurs momentarily. I was wondering what that was. I take a deep breath so I can make sure I fully comprehend what Tosaka's trying to say. But it stops there. I attempt to imagine the worst possible outcome, even if my imaginings may fall short. And I keep that image deep within my heart and accept the position that I've been placed in.
話は分かった。それでトーサカ、その結界とやらは壊せないのか？
Well, she was trying to make some work of that. Or at least like slow it down.
結界の起点は全部探したんだけど、それを消去できないのよ。私にできるのは一時的に起点を弱めて結界の発動を先延ばしにするだけよ。
じゃあトーサカがいる限り結界は張られない？
そう願いたいけど、それも都合のいい願いでしょうね。もう結界は張られていて、発動のための魔力は少しずつ溜まってきている。アーチャーの見立てだとあと8日程度で準備が整うとか。
Oh, lovely. We really don't have a whole lot of time.
そうなったらマスターかサーバントかどちらかがその気になればこの学校は地獄になる。
I wonder if there's a bad ending here in this visual novel that kind of shows that going down.
じゃあそれまでに
この学校に潜んでいるマスターを倒すしかない。けど探すのは難しいでしょうね。この結界を張られた時点でそいつの勝ちみたいなものだもの。あとは黙ってても結界は発動するんだから、その時まで表には出てこない。だからチャンスがあるとしたら
表に出てくるその時だけってことか。
ご名答。まあそういうわけだから今はおとなしくしてなさい。その時になったら嫌でも戦うことになるんだし。
Oh, that sucks. Lunch is over. Hate it when that happens. The metallic sound of the school's bell rings out across the frozen rooftop. Lunchtime is over.
話はそれだけ。私は寄るところがあるから家には一人で帰って。寄り道は控えなさいよ。
Yeah, wait, going back to that topic, Shirou should really, like, reevaluate the position he's in. Like, he really shouldn't stay late because we know what happened last time he did. And he really shouldn't be going anywhere else. He should just be A to B and then back, from B to A. Just straight up. Nothing else. Tosaka leaves with a casual bye. This doesn't feel right to me. Learning that masters may attack other masters is enough to make me anxious, but...
学校に結界
Yeah, that's fucked up. But now there's a possibility that innocent people might get dragged into this too? That's not what masters do. That's just what a mass murderer does. So I need to find whoever set this bounded field up before it's activated, find them and destroy them utterly.
喜べエミヤシロ。
Yeah, I was gonna say,
君の願いは。
it's hero time. I shake my head, trying to ignore the words that pop right into my mind. I never wished for this. Wishing for bad guys to show up so I can defeat them is not what I do. I mean, it is kind of contradictory, isn't it? You want to be a hero, but a hero has to have a villain. The end of the day, homeroom ends, and students start to file out of the classroom. Normally, I would go to the student council room, but I decided to go home since Tosaka told me to. Good shit, man. You're learning. You're picking it up pretty quickly here. And straight home we went. The gate is still locked.
そうか。こんなに早く帰ってきたのなんて久しぶりだ。
I usually help out doing odd jobs or go to a part-time job, so it's rare for me to come straight home from school. I usually find the gate unlocked and Sakura preparing dinner inside. I've gotten so used to that after a year that I've forgotten how important coming home early can be. Even the simple act of opening a locked gate makes me realize how thankful I should be for Sakura coming here. Sakura is still very great. Not because of her usefulness, but like, you know, there's a lot to learn about her character. She's not just like, you know, the pushover type. No, she kind of stands up for herself a little bit, as we saw in our chaotic morning. I step into the hallway as I call out. The moment I enter the living room, I see the blonde girl.
帰ったのですね、マスター。
For a split second, as I see Saber, I feel like I've been hurled into a dream or some sort of fantasy.
シロ、今帰ってきたのではないのですか？
She calls my name in a quiet voice. I finally come back to reality.
セイバーだよな。悪い。いきなりなんで驚いた。
Just for an instant, I mistook her for a normal girl rather than Saber. Which you really gotta stop doing.
私はマスターの指示に従ってここに待機していたのですが、間違っていましたか？
ああ、いや、こっちの勘違いだから気にしないでくれ。
As per usual.
それより体の方はいいのか、セイバー。頻繁に眠るって言ってたけど、今はその。
起きていても支障はありません。いえ、可能な限り戦闘時以外は眠っていた方がいいのですが、それでは勘が鈍りますから、定期的に目覚めて体を動かしていなければ、いざという時に動きが鈍ります。
そっか。言われてみればその通りだ。人間一日中寝てたら頭が痛くなるし、セイバーだって眠くて眠ってるわけじゃないんだし。
Have you guys ever gotten the laying in bed all day type of headache before? Like you just have a really lazy day where you're lounging about, always having your head on like a pillow or some shit. Really easy to get a headache, I feel.
そうですね。眠りを必要とする疲れはありません。ですがシロ、あなたは眠りすぎると頭を痛くするのですか？
痛くなるだろう、そりゃ。普通一日の半分も寝てたら体の調子を悪くするって。俺の場合は頭が痛くなって目が覚めるから半日も眠ってられないけどさ。
不思議な話ですね。私はそのようなことはありませんでした。今も昔も眠ろうと思えばいくらでも眠れますし。
Wow, aren't you lucky?
それはなんか生き物として間違ってると思うぞ、セイバー。一日中寝てるなんてもったいない。眠気が取れたら起きて遊んでいた方が楽しいだろ。
Well, in her unfortunate, circumstance here,
そうですね。
not really possible.
確かにその方が無駄はありません。
だろ？今は俺のせいでそうなっちまったけど、俺から縁が切れたら普通の生活サイクルに戻れよ。俺が言えることじゃないけどさ、これが癖になって一日中寝てたらぐうたらなやつだなんて思われるから。
それはすでに手遅れかもしれません。私は皆にそう思われていたかもしれない。
She thinks about it and furrows her brow. I thought this was just idle chit-chat, but Saber doesn't really seem to get jokes. Neither do I, and I'm just a regular person. We move to the living room. Saber looks like she wants to know what happened today, so I decide to tell her about the bounded field at school that Tosaka warned me about.
そうですか。学校に集まる人間を生贄にするつもりなのですね。
率直に言えばそういうことだろう。 遠坂はまだまだ時間がかかるとは言っていたけど。
What'd she say, 8 days? It's not a whole lot of time, but we gotta try and put something together before then.
同感です。それほど大規模な結界の完成には時間がかかる。学校の校舎というものは封鎖しやすい建物ですから、おそらく神殿に見立てた祭壇なのでしょう。それだけの規模な結界を完璧に起動させるには早くて10日は必要です。
10日。俺が異常を感じたのが2日前の土曜日だから、まだ8日は猶予がある。
Yep, there we go.
遠坂の見込みと同じだな。
And that's also, I can't remember. Yeah, that is the third day of the prologue. That's when Rin first suspected that something was going on. And she had Archer at that time, and then that night is when everything went down.
はい。その結界が生贄を集めるものであれ、守りを固めるものであれ、完成させては厄介です。それまでに結界を張ったマスターを見つけ出せれば良いのですが。
そうだな。遠坂は難しいって言ってたけど、学校に潜んでいる以上は特定しやすいはずだ。なんとか見つけ出して結界を止めさせよう。
The chances of them being someone from school are pretty high considering where they set up their bounded field. But honestly, it could also just be somebody from the outside. I don't see why it couldn't have been. But it's hard to say. We don't know who the other masters are in this war. A student or teacher. Starting tomorrow, I will search the school as thoroughly as I can during lunch and try to find anyone suspicious.
あとは、そうか。そいつがどんなサーバントを連れているかっていう問題か。
Is it not Lancer? Then again, we'll only learn that once we found them. And the only other thing I can do right now is to think about the servants I've encountered already. Saber's awake, so now's my chance to ask her about them. Okay then. Well, shoot. This is kind of a tough one. I mean, we can ask about Lancer, but we've read up on everybody that we know so far. The thing is that we can ask about Archer, but she won't know a whole lot. The problem is that Archer himself also doesn't know a whole lot about Archer. So that is a tough one. I think we'll only get a whole lot of information about asking about Lancer or asking about Berserker, because those are the only two that she's actually really faced. Technically, yes, she also fought Archer, but I mean, that was really one-sided. Who do we ask about? I want to say Lancer. I think he does pose the biggest threat. Well, shoot, I don't know. They both really pose a threat. Berserker is just a killing machine from the get-go, and Lancer's persistent as fuck. That guy. I should ask about the very first servant I encountered, Lancer. Saber fought against him, and it looked like she figured out who he was.
なあ、セイバー。ランサーのことなんだけど、あいつは何者なのかわかるか？
は、ランサーのことですか？
まあ、セイバーがあいつを追い返してくれたとき、何か言っていたじゃないか。アイルランドのなんとかとか。
Yeah, we've already figured out his true name.
セイバーはあいつの正体に気づいているのかなって。
ああ、そういうことですか。驚きました。シローが他のサーバントの正体を知りたがるとは思っていなかったもので。
I mean, he did ask who you were.
知らなくちゃやっていけないって話だからな。けど、なんでそこで嬉しそうなんだよ、セイバーは。
シローが戦う気になっているからです。正体を知った相手ならば対策が立てられる。まず弱点が分かった相手から仕留めるのは戦いの常道ですから。
I think we chose the best option here then. I don't intend to seek out someone to fight if they haven't done anything wrong, but it'll only derail the conversation if I bring that up now.
いいから、ランサーの正体。今の口ぶりだと知ってるんだな、セイバー。
はい。あの構想と全身に帯びたルーンの守り。加えて戦いではなく、生き延びることに特化した能力から言って、間違いはないでしょう。彼の神名は空風林。魔装ゲイボルクを操るアイルランドの大英雄です。
空風林。
I've never heard that name. I have, I just read about it a couple episodes ago. And then again, I don't know much about Irish mythology.
で、強いのか、その空風林ってやつは。
この国では知名度が低いですから存在が劣化していますが、それでも十分すぎる能力です。こと敏捷性に関してならば他の追随を許さないでしょうし、彼の宝具はこの戦いに最も適した武器だと思います。
Yeah, his shit is actually pretty fucking broken. I think I even, said that whenever we were reading his description. But his stuff will strike before he even goes for it.
宝具。ああ、あの槍か。そういえばあいつの槍、最後に変な動きを見せたけど、あれがゲイボルクってやつなのか。
おそらくは。ゲイボルクの伝承は諸説あります。曰く、足で投擲する呪いの槍だとか、貫いた瞬間に内部から線のトゲを生やして相手を絶命させる魔装だとか。
Yeah, both of those don't sound all that pretty.
なんか
Pretty
全く違う言い伝え
lethal,
じゃ
I
ない
would
のか
say.
今のは。そんなんで伝説の武器だなんて言えるのか。
ですから続きがあるのです。ゲイボルクの能力は様々な形で伝えられていますが、その全てに心臓をうがつという一節が残っている。
As we've seen.
それは武器としての能力ではなく、あくまで持ち主の技量だと思っていましたが、間違いだったようですね。魔装の正体。ランサーのゲイボルクの能力は文字通り心臓をうがつものです。
The moment she brings this up, I vividly recalled the scene. That night, the spear thrust at Saber's feet had suddenly changed trajectory, heading straight for her heart instead.
つまり、あいつの槍は
Broken.
ええ。使えば必ず敵の心臓をうがつ魔装なのでしょう。空間をねじ曲げているのか、因果率を変えているのか。
I think the description did bring up the latter there.
ともあれ、槍自体の呪いとランサー自身の技量でしょうね。こと1対1の戦闘においてこれほど効率的な武器もありません。
無駄がない。無駄がないってどういう意味だよ。
わかりませんか。ランサーの槍は城を破壊することはできませんが、人間一人を殺すだけなら十分です。宝具というものはその規模によって消費する魔力が変わります。A ランクの宝具を持つ者はその使用に大量の魔力を消費する。一度使ってしまえば失った分の魔力補充には時間がかかるのです。
And that was an A rank, right?
ですが人を一人、いえ、サーバントを倒すのにそれほど強大な破壊力などいりません。ランサーのように一撃で仕留められるのであればそれ以上の戦果はないでしょう。
つまりなんだ、大砲一発分より弓矢一本の方がコストが低い。
はい。ですがサーバントには弓矢など当たりません。結果としてサーバント同士の戦いは大砲の打ち合いになるのですが、
ランサーのゲイボルクはその弓矢を命中させられる槍ってことか。しかもかすり傷じゃなく確実に命を奪う心臓に当ててくる。
そういうことです。加えて使うための魔力量もそう多くない。あの程度の魔力商品なら
Oh,
7回
lovely.
使っても魔力の補充は必要ないでしょう。
I guess fuck whatever rank it is because he's gonna keep on doing it.
ですから彼の魔装はこの戦いに適しているのです。
It's stamina.
通
He
常
could
の
just
サー
keep
バント
going.
は数回戦闘すれば休まざるを得ません。ですがランサーならば6人を続けて相手にすることもできる。
In other words, he may not be a flashy servant, but he can manage a solid win.
その割には本人無駄が多かったぞ。俺を相手にして遊んでいたしな。
Well, yeah, because he can get away with it.
ですね。ランサー自身村っ気のある人物のようです。非常な人物ではありましたが、どこか憎めない一面がありました。
I might agree, but I still shouldn't let my guard down. That guy stabbed me in the chest as casually as if he were just cutting grass. Neither Berserker nor Lancer are the type to hesitate about using the weapons they wield. Oh, definitely not. Especially with Berserker. Goddamn.
それじゃあ他のやつのことだけど。
待ってください、シロ。屋敷の門を人がくぐりました。
Uh-oh.
そんなことわかるのか。ってもうこんな時間。まずい。きっとさくらが帰ってきたんだ。
The doorbell rings, and from the front entrance...
お邪魔します。
Oh boy.
そういえば悪いんだが
分かっています。部屋に戻っていますから、私のことは気にせずに。
Yeah, you better hurry up here. Saber goes back to her room, almost as if switching with Saber.
ただいま。感心感心。ちゃんと先に帰ってたわね。
Tosaka walks in, laden with shopping bags.
お邪魔します、先輩。珍しいですね。先輩がこんな早くから帰ってきてくれるのって。
Yeah, get used to it for a while. Sakura walks in, smiling happily.
よし、準備は完璧っと。それじゃあ始めるとしましょうか。
Tosaka psychs herself up and heads to the kitchen.
先輩、お夕飯の支度なんですけど。
今日は遠坂の番だからいい。さくらは朝作ってくれたんだから夜は任せてくれ。遠坂がいるうちは俺とあいつで夕飯を作るから。
Wait, why is it a group activity here? Why can't she just do it
先輩がそう
herself?
言うのならそうします。
Sakura quietly sits down. I hear a fiery, boisterous sound coming from the kitchen, but I see nothing of Tosaka.
あれなら任せても大丈夫だな。
I should stay in my room until dinner's ready. Okay, good. I was gonna say, yeah, just let her do it. Considering Saber's waiting there.
ちょっと部屋で休んでくれ。藤姉がやってきたらたまには風呂沸かすように言っといてくれ。
どうぞごゆっくり先輩。ご飯の支度ができたら呼びに行きますね。
ああ。と、そうだ。部屋に来るときはノックを忘れないでくれ。
It's a little before 6 o'clock. I figure dinner will be ready around 7 o'clock. Also, that is very, suspicious, If she never knocked before, well, she's gonna know why something's up, right? Or maybe that's just me. I return to my room and find Saber sleeping in the room next door.
なんだ。なんか話そうと思ったのに。
I click my tongue with disappointment and sit down.
何言ってんだか。聖杯戦争のこと以外何話していいかもわからないくせに。
Besides, I don't know how to act around Saber.
ま、いいけどさ。眠ってるならそれで。
I mutter to myself and stare at the hands of the clock. Last night, Saber, Tosaka, and I ate dinner. But today, Sakura and Fujine are in the mix as well, making it 5 people.
いや、セイバーはダメなのか。
Unfortunately so. As long as Fujine and Sakura are around, I can't have Saber come out of her room.
セイバー、朝飯食ったのかな。
Last night, Saber was nodding while eating her dinner. Based on her behavior, it's not like she doesn't need food.
昼飯は用意しなかったし、腹減ってるよな、そりゃ。
Once Fujine and Sakura go home, I should warm some dinner up for Saber. She'll have to eat alone, but there's nothing we can do about that. It's just, imagining Saber eating by herself is making me mad. Oh man, you gotta stop humanizing her.
シロ、起きてる？
Tosaka knocks on my door and peeks her head in.
どうさか？なんだ、なんか。
何って夕食なんだけど。できたから来て。
It's already that time. I pick myself up, glance towards Saber's room, and head into the hallway. Off we go. Time to eat.
あ、来た来た。ほら見てよこの料理。なんと遠坂さんは長らく不在だった中華料理ができる人だったのだ。
Well, you're excited. Fujine dances excitedly around the table, which is laid out with dinner. Now that she mentions it, it does all look to be Chinese dishes today. 4 big plates decorate the table: crab meat with egg omelet, shredded beef with green peppers, a vegetable stir fry with some fancy meat I've never seen before, and for some reason a plate full of steamed shumai. The salad has been served on individual plates for everyone, and the setup seems to have been well thought out. It's pretty extravagant. Fujine loves it.
驚いたな。遠坂のことだから洋風で来ると思ったのに。
本当は洋風を考えてたそうですよ。けど中華料理は誰も作らないって言ったら、なら私が作るって。
なんでそう隙間をつくような人生しか送れないのか、あいつは。なあさくら、遠坂と一緒に帰ってきたけど、あれは一緒に買い物に行ってたのか？
That would be a fair assumption.
はい。遠坂先輩、弓道部が終わるまで待っててくれたんです。それで帰り道がてら2人で買い出しに行ってました。
そうなのか。なんだ、思ったより仲がいいじゃないか。2人。
そうですね。遠坂先輩とは学校でもよく話してましたから、私のどこが気に入られたかわからないんですけど、
See, there we
入
go.
学した頃から親切にしてもらってます。
There's the connection I've been talking about. Huh. So Tosaka really is a nice upperclassman.
おしゃべりはいいから早く食べよう。私もうお腹ペコペコだよ。
She really gets to the point here. Straight to it. Fujine sits down excitedly.
だってさ、2人も早く座ったら。中華物って冷めると犯罪的にまずいんだから。
Tosaka sits down after she tells us to do the same. I sit down without a word. Everyone bows and thanks Tosaka for cooking and then starts eating. I hate to admit it, but it's good. I've never cooked Chinese food because I've always thought it all tastes the same. But Tosaka's dishes make me realize it had all just been bias on my part, and I find myself regretting that.
うわー、すごいすごい。こんなにご飯を美味しくさせる料理は久しぶりだよ。遠坂さんに100点をあげましょう。
See, it's a good thing that she's here.
ありがとうございます。先生のように素直に感想を言ってもらえると私も嬉しいです。はい、私も中華を見直しました。辛いのって苦手なんですけど、すごく美味しいです。
Sakura looks pleased, seeming to enjoy the food too. After seeing everyone's happy faces, Tosaka... The fucker? What the hell was that? She turns to face me, her face triumphant.
なんだよ、なんか言いたそうだな、遠坂。
Yeah, just spit it out. Come on.
別にみんなに気に入ってもらえてよかったなって。まあ若干1名素直じゃないのがいるけど、それはそれで楽しいからよしとしましょう。
そうか。さてはお前、昨日俺に飯作らせたのはこっちの戦力分析か。
はい、今日の教訓は手の内は常に隠しておくでした。
I swear, she's always one step ahead. Tosaka returns to her food looking exceedingly pleased with herself. But you know what? She's a fun character. I'll give her that. Dinner is a bit livelier than I expected. Sakura and Tosaka are acting like good upper and underclassmen, and Fujine is now completely on Tosaka's side. Well, I have no complaints about getting to enjoy a good meal. There are no complaints, but I can't feel unreservedly good about sharing a meal with everyone here. I stand up.
何しろ、トイレ？
いや、忘れ物をした。連れてくるから待っててくれ。
Wait, what's he got up his sleeve here? The moment I step out of the living room, I lock eyes with Tosaka, who is looking at me silently. Don't tell me. I just didn't think it was right. That's why. I didn't like the fact that I was making her sit alone, even though she's living with us. He's humanizing her again. So without really considering the consequences of my actions, I take her hand.
シロ、突然何をするのです？
Oh, brother.
いいから来てくれ。 みんなにセイバーを紹介するから。
And what's your story supposed to be here?
正気ですか？待ってください。それは。
正気だから連れて行くんだ。ほら、いいから行こう。後のことなんてなるようになる。
The fuck you mean whatever happens after? It's gonna happen like now.
シロ。
There is no after if you just do it. I'm still dragging her along by the time we reach the living room.
悪いな、遠坂。もう一人分いいかな。
Yeah, she saw it coming, didn't she? Tosaka doesn't object. But Fujine and Sakura are looking at Saber in confused astonishment.
遅くなったけど紹介する。この子はセイバーって言ってしばらく面倒を見ることになったから。見ての通り外国人さんだから日本の暮らしには慣れてないんで、そのあたり助けてやってくれ。
What the fuck? What the hell happened to the color? Why are they without color? The two don't react. It's understandable, but I can't really find it in me to care right now.
ほら、そこに座れよ、セイバー。飯はみんなで食べた方がいいだろ。
それは確かに効率的だとは思いますが、私は。
遠慮なんてするな。だいたいな、これからはセイバーも一緒に住むんだぞ。同じ家に住んでるんだから一緒に飯を食うのは当然だ。
はい。シローがそう言うのでしたら私は従うだけですが。
Oh, wait. What were you gonna say? Oh, shit. Okay, nope. She finished it off. My ears. My ears are ringing.
一体どうしちゃったのよ、シローってば。遠坂さんだけじゃなくこんな子まで連れ込んじゃって、いつからここは旅館みたいになっちゃったのよ。
なんだよ、いいじゃないか。旅館みたいに広いんだから一人や二人部屋を貸しても。遠坂がいいんならセイバーだっていいだろ、下宿ぐらい。
Yeah, good reasoning.
いいわけないでしょ。遠坂さんは認めるけど、そんな得体の知れない子なんて知らないもん。
He just explained who she
一体どこの子なの
was.
よ、その子は。
She's a foreigner.
どこの子って遠い親戚の子だよ。よくわからない事情があって親父を頼ってやってきたとか。
そんな作り話信じられない。だいたいね、仮にそうだとしてもどうしてエミヤの家に来たのよ。キリツグさんに外国の知り合いなんているはずだ。
Yeah, give it a little bit of thought there. She can't say that with any confidence, and she knows it. My old man traveled constantly, and so he probably had more friends from other countries than in Japan.
ないとは言い切れないけど、それにしたっておかしいわ。あなた何のためにここに来たのよ。
あ、いやだからそれは。
シロは黙ってなさい。セイバーさん、私はあなたに聞いてるんだけど。
Oh boy. Saber is silent. I don't blame her. Saber doesn't really have a backstory, and she's not cunning enough to go along with my lies.
さあ、私はキリツグの言葉に従っただけですから。
Huh. You know what? That might actually work. I guess she does.
キリツグさんがシロを頼むって？
はい。あらゆる敵からシロを守るようにと。
Okay, that one's actually true. Ever so quietly, Saber says it with such straightforwardness and clarity. There is no room for anyone to protest. And even if it was really a lie, it will become the absolute truth in Saber's mind. Even Fujine can't argue with her, but she stands up with a frown and glares right at Saber.
いいわ。そこまで言うんなら腕前を見せてもらうんだから。
Well, she's dead. Fujine drops this on us all out of nowhere. But who's the one that's going to be dead? That's the real question. Both have really weird skill. Like, otherworldly, but like from two different worlds here. And with the sound of whooshing wind, Fujine takes us outside. And then she takes the bamboo sword, a shinai, hanging on the wall and continues glaring at Saber. Okay. What the hell is Fujine thinking?
あなた、シロを守るって言ったわね。 なら少しは覚えがあるんでしょ。
私に剣を持てというのですか？
そうよ。あなたが私より強かったら許してあげます。けど弱かったら家に帰ってもらうからね。
構いませんが、それはどういった理屈でしょうか？
シローを守るのは私だもん。シローが一人前になるまで私がずっとそばにいるんだから。
Saber doesn't seem to fully comprehend what Fujine's intentions are. Then again, none of us do.
だから私より弱いやつはいらないの。
あなたが私より強いって言うんなら私より頼りになるでしょ。それなら少しはシローを任せてもいいわよだ。
But only a little. Fujine swings her shinai around with a pout.
わかりました。あなたを納得させればよいのですね。
そうよ。けど私を納得させるのは大変なんだから。
No sooner has Fujine said that than she practically leaps forward, rushing towards Saber, brandishing her shinai. I have no idea what just happened. She goes in for a surprise attack. Even though she hasn't even given Saber a shinai yet, the tiger has no business calling herself a teacher if she's going to pull something like that. Huh? Saber stands there in a daze, taken aback by Fujine's surprise attack. Fujine swings for the body.
あれ？
Fujine tilts her head in confusion. Well, yeah, we're all dumbfounded and we're just watching. So it must be even stranger, like the mystery of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon for Fujine, since she's the one who experienced it firsthand. Saber's still standing. The only difference is that she's now holding the shinai Fujine had in her hand a heartbeat earlier.
本当？
Yep. I don't know if this is for real, but it definitely happened. Saber isn't even holding the shinai she took in a ready position. Fujine is frozen in her tracks right in front of Saber. Fujine is a kendo expert whose skill is supposedly unmatched. The experience probably made clear to her that Saber is on a completely different level.
構えろというのでしたら構えますが、そこまでしなければわからない腕ではないでしょう。
This poor woman has had one hell of a day. Fujine staggers back and drops to her knees.
勝負はつきました。認めてもらえましたか？
Fujine slumps her shoulders and droops her head low, just when I think she's about to retreat quietly. What is happening? Oh, okay, that's what's happening. And she's declaring she's weird. Wow. Okay. Fujine starts to cry so loud it starts to hurt all of our ears. I will admit, while not really loud on my end, it's still, you know, a bit piercing. In the end, it took 2 hours to calm Fujine down. God damn. Fujine gestured to Saber, saying, "We need to talk," and went into my old man's room. They were in there for 2 hours. She finally came out, well, looking unsatisfied, and mumbled, "I guess I've got no choice but to acknowledge her." She'd only nodded in resignation. Sakura, though, was silent the whole time. It was getting late, so Fujine wound up taking Sakura home, but Sakura didn't say a single word. She just bowed and went home.
それじゃあ私も別棟に戻るわね。
And that's all Rin said. Come to think of it, Tosaka's been quiet all this time, too.
悪かったな。どうせバカな真似してって思ってるんだろ。
Well, I know that's what I'm thinking.
別に。ただあなたのしていることは心の贅肉よ。そんな余分なことばっかりしてたらいつか身動きが取れなくなるわ。
I agree there. It's going to be a very painful fight. She waves goodnight and heads off to the outbuilding. I'm exhausted. I should probably sleep early today.
待ってください、シロ。 私もあなたに聞くべきことがある。
いいけど、何？
なぜ私を皆に紹介したのですか？私も凛の言う通り、シローの行為は不必要だと思います。
なぜも何もない。単に嫌だったから紹介しただけだ。
シロー、それは答えになっていません。何が嫌だったのか言ってもらわなければ。
Saber draws closer to me. Was what happened tonight really so strange to her?
そんなの知るか。ただ飯食ってて、セイバーは一人でいるのかって思ったら嫌になっただけだ。強いて言うなら、藤姉とさくらにもセイバーを知ってもらっておけば、隠し事も減ると思ったぐらいだよ。
I mean, there's still a whole lot of secrets that have to be kept, but we don't
そ
have
れ
to
はあ
hide
ま
her
り意味のある
away.
ことではありません。むしろ彼女たちに私の存在を知らせるのはマイナスです。この屋敷なら私の存在は隠し通せるのですから、私は待機していた方が良かった。
Better? In what way? Is she saying that she's better off being ostracized when the rest of us are all eating?
そんなことはない。
I think he's forgetting that she's a servant. She's not necessarily even human.
セイバーが良くても、俺が嫌だったんだからしょうがないだろう。こういうの理屈じゃないと思う。
I look away from Saber.
土蔵に行ってくるから、先に部屋に戻っていてくれ。
She doesn't answer. I turn my back on Saber, who seems unconvinced by what I said, and make my way to the shed. Ah, the old trusty shed. I think somebody said in a comment of the previous episode that, like, the shed is the best waifu in this story. And so far I agree. So I step outside. The tranquil yard is lit by a pale moonlight. The winter sky is clear enough to see the stars above me. I sigh, hardly realizing I'm doing it. Tosuka's right. I'm contradicting myself. I'm heading to the shed to avoid Saber's room, but I don't want to leave Saber alone. I'm having a hard time interacting with Saber as a member of the opposite sex, but I can't ignore her on a human level. It's no wonder Tosuka gets disgusted with me and my contradictions.
参ったな。未熟なのは魔術だけだと思ってたけど、精神修行もなってないじゃないか。
I absent-mindedly look up at the night sky. The night drags on. My inexperience is all the more reason I can't skip out on my training. All I can do is to keep on believing that if I work hard enough, I might someday attain something. Whatever that would be. Who knows? Oh, and I guess that's the end of the day. All right. Actually, perfect timing. I'm ready to wrap up this recording session, call it a day. We are now entering the 5th of February. That must have been probably the quickest day that we've gone through here. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. But all right, yep, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and in the next episode, we'll see if the shed makes another appearance. But if not, then I'm sure we'll somehow have a good time in some sort of way. Take it easy, guys.